Hey ladies, happy Monday. It's your girl back with another exotical rant. Let's get right into it. What are we talking about today? Do you guys really want to know? I think you do. We're talking about chicken, rice, and broccoli. What does that mean? You're like, okay, exotical rants. What does that mean? Chicken, rice, and broccoli. What does that really mean? Let's get right into it. Chicken, to me, the chicken is your base. What is your base? Your base is your housing. Do you have safe housing? Are you always unstable? If you are, you got to get your chicken together. You got to make sure it's cooked right. What does that mean? In wherever you live in your state, you need to find safe housing for yourself, whether that's living off campus, student housing, which you really don't have to be a student to stay there. You can do that. Whether that's finding you an apartment in a safe area, you can do that. Or whether that's living with family or even friends that are roommates. You have to get your chicken together because that's your base. That's where all the magic happens, is at your house. That's where you're able to recuperate, revive, and refresh. It's at your house. So you have to get your chicken together. You got to make sure it's moist. It's right. You have it seasoned, not too much salt. You have to make sure that's right. And that's hard for a lot of young ladies because they're like, oh, I'm living with this person. I'm living with that person. I'm living with a boyfriend. I really don't suggest living with boyfriends if you guys are not married. But if marriage is not the goal for you right now and it's a beneficial situation, do it. But just know in the future, it probably will stop you from actually meeting your husband. If you don't feel like that's your husband and you guys are not moving toward that path, it'd be very hard for you to date while living with a man because it will get very volatile sometimes if he finds out what you're doing. So just FYI, if you're trying to date, try to find female roommates. In a lot of off-campus housing, you don't have to be a student. You just have to not have anything bad on your background, depending on where you're at, and be able to make the monthly payments. But definitely get your chicken together. Don't waste time literally staying with a lot of boyfriends if you know it's not really leading anywhere, or you're super young and you want that flexibility and freedom. I don't suggest living with a boyfriend just because flexibility and freedom. And from the age of 18 to 21, you grow so much. From 21 to even 23, you grow so much. And then after 25, you grow so much. And if you're one of those ladies that you kind of want to just wait and date around and figure out yourself and wait till closer to 30 to get married, but you just really want to have some good partners, I would definitely not live with these men unless I'm engaged. FYI, get your chicken together, get your housing together. But that's so important in maintaining the level up. A lot of times when you hear videos, people are talking about leveling up. They give you the basics. They don't really get into the meat of it. They never tell you how to maintain that level up, what it'll take. And this video is just that. It's what it's going to take to maintain yourself as a leveled up exotical. So definitely get your housing together. It needs to be a safe housing environment. I don't suggest you staying in the hood. It's just not safe for us exoticals. We have hate from not only women, but men as well that we don't want to be with. So I don't think it's a safe environment for exoticals in the hood. Point blank, period. Don't care what anyone thinks. All right, let's get to the rice of it. The rice, like when you make some rice, you want that rice to be soft, enjoyable. It adds to the chicken. And what your rice is your employment or provider. You can I always suggest exoticals have some type of employment or thing they can do to make money, i.e. YouTube or whatever, to make money. So you're never in a desperate scenario. You're never depending on somebody to do things for you that you can't make happen for yourself. So you got to get your rice together. You got to make sure you balance the rice with enough water and enough oil or butter to make it come out good. Organic is always the best, but you want to make sure your rice is in place, because that's going to sustain your chicken. It's going to complement it if you have decent employment. And it could be simply, I mean, you could even be selling acrylic nails or press on nails online. But if that's giving you employment and a sense of security, where if like, somebody walks away, you're okay. You need to have your rice in order. So I definitely suggest you get at least a part-time job, or, if you have a provider, if he gives you $2,000 a month, you need to save at least half of that, because you never know when people flip up. Sugar daddies flip up, boyfriends flip up, even husbands, you never know. But you want to be saving some of the money he gives you, and you need to have it in a high yield savings account. Look it up, nerdwallet.com. But you need to make sure, if everybody turns on you, and sometimes with beauty, people either love it or hate it, or both in between. So you need to have an exit plan in every situation. And that's what that monetary investment for yourself will give you, is an exit plan out of any situation that's not serving you. So get your rice in order, make sure it's soft, make sure it works for you. Soft life, make sure you're doing something that's not gonna take your femininity away. I always suggest getting jobs where if you don't show up, it's no big deal. It could be even a retail job or a receptionist job, something light that you can do that will put money in your pocket. Of course, doing something online or even doing work from home will definitely give you a base to maintain your level up regardless of anybody. So, and then if you're dealing with providers, you're dealing with husbands, boyfriends, or sugar daddies, save some of the money they give you into that high yield savings account. Believe me, you'll need it. As a young lady, you have to have certain steps in place to protect yourself. And that high yield savings account will protect you and build a lot of interest for you. Also have a credit card that you only use in emergency situations. What's an emergency situation? You don't have a boyfriend, sugar daddy, or provider husband around you, and you need to get your car fixed. That's an emergency situation. You may need to you may be short on food that month. That's an emergency situation that you would need to have a credit card, or you may need to rent a vehicle. That's an emergency situation. You needing to go to Bloomingdale's or, Macy's or whatever other store that you may like, Forever 21, is not an emergency situation. FYI, girls, you can find a lot of cute clothes at thrift stores like Plato's Closet for little or nothing, especially if you keep your weight in order and you're a slim girl. You can get those clothes for almost they're brand new items that people just didn't want. The rich girls in your area just didn't want it. So they're basically brand new. So keep that in the back of your head. Keep your rice together, your employment provider, your source of income that will complement the housing to keep you safe, because you're going to need that in any situation. Okay, let's get right over to the broccoli. The broccoli, you always need something green. And the broccoli is your healthy outlets. What are you doing to maintain your level up? Exercise. You have to, Exoticals, even if you have a provider, you have to stay leveled up. Everybody gets comfortable sometimes and gains a little bit of weight. That's fine. But your lifestyle should be in order where it's not a dramatic change. 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds that you can lose with exercise. Join a gym. Or if you don't like to join a gym, I've just bought a treadmill. So if I don't feel like going to the gym, I have a treadmill. I have some weights. I have some rubber bands. I can sit at my house and do that myself and work out and watch a video on YouTube and work out and enjoy myself. And that's the end of it. I don't feel like being around anybody. I don't feel like getting cute and putting on an outfit, but I just got my exercise in, and that helps my mental health as well. The next thing to maintain your level up with your healthy outlets, which is the broccoli, skincare. Ladies, please keep up with your skincare. Please don't go, like Exoticals. We can definitely get darker and be out in the sun, but make sure you wear your SPF. There's nothing wrong with tanning, but make sure you're not really turning your skin into rubber. A healthy amount of sunlight is great, but too much could really damage your skin and age your face. And as an exotical, your face card is everything. So don't do that, ladies. Make sure you get some good skincare, and it doesn't have to be expensive. The skincare I usually get a wash actually from Walmart, or I get like the Walmart brand of CeraVe, the foaming wash. It works great. It's moisturizing and it doesn't strip your skin, but it cleans off all your makeup and whatever you got going on in your face. I really love it, and it's not irritating. And it's exactly the same ingredients as CeraVe, but it's like $1 or $2 cheaper. But if you can grab CeraVe, I actually saw it at my local dollar store, some CeraVe at the Family Dollar, because I love Family Dollar for some reason. I saw CeraVe there, and I was like, oh, if I don't feel like driving all the way to Walmart, that dollar store is not too far from me. I would stop there and grab it, some CeraVe. But that is low cost skincare for your wash. A good moisturizer that is not expensive is castor oil. Castor oil will detoxify your face, will also moisturize your face as well. You can use it anytime, a little bit during the day, and you can use more at night, but it's not that expensive. You can Amazon it for about $8 to $10. You can get a big bottle of castor oil, and that'll be a great moisturizer. For a toner, you can really use any toner you like. You can even make your own toner with rose water. You can get that from Amazon as well for a couple bucks. But it doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be a routine for you. And just make sure you keep up with it like at least twice a day. The next healthy outlet you need, which is your broccoli. You need hobbies you enjoy. Ladies, hobbies, you need them. A hobby I enjoy is reading. I love reading a good novel, just chilling, reading by myself a good novel, maybe even having a smoothie or something with it, and just really getting into my thoughts and keeping like something I can, like a little journal that I get from like Family Dollar, because I love Family Dollar, to just joke down my like thoughts. Like, okay, I was thinking about that. I might want to try that. Skincare. Hobbies you enjoy, like reading. Another hobby you can do, I used to always, like during COVID especially, I used to love playing tennis, because like I could play tennis. You're not up on anybody. It's fun. You get a lot of exercise in, and I burnt a lot of calories. That's really what kept the weight off of me during COVID, because I played tennis like every other day, if not every day, with the hubby. So, okay. Let's talk about another healthy outlet, the broccoli of it. Emotional health. Emotional health is so important. Whatever you need to do to get right in your head, you need to do that. Whether that's therapy, talking to somebody that you really trust that will keep things confidential. And if you're apprehensive about them, then they're not the right person to talk to. But keeping your emotional health in check is so important. Not letting yourself go through too many bad relationships. Spotting red flags before things get out of hand and your heart gets hurt. One of the best things that you can, like, that I've learned just in dating and relationships is you need to protect your heart, ladies. When a woman has been brokenhearted too many times, her heart turns cold. She gets kind of bitter and angry, and even though her demeanor changes. So you don't want to keep going through bad relationships over and over again, and because that can definitely affect your emotional health. You want to start making good decisions, like okay, this person keeps lying to me, and I don't want to call them out, but I need to let them go. Block. If they keep calling, change your number. But you need to make sure you're not letting these men run through you. It's just not healthy, or anybody. You need to set those healthy boundaries to maintain your level up. It sounds like, I have to do so much, but it's so worth it in maintaining your emotional health. You don't want to be in a bad mood all the time. You want to be able to go to the grocery store and smile and be happy. You're picking out your healthy foods. You want to be able to go to Whole Foods or Sprouts or whatever upscale grocery stores in your area and be able to actually attract people to you just by you just walking around in your vibe. Or just be in such a good mood. You're like, you know what? I'm going to buy me some flowers today because I deserve it. You want to have that sense of emotional health and well-being, that I am loved, I am cared for, I am important, and that's what will sustain you. Let's get to the next healthy outlet, my broccoli. Dating yourself. I think this healthy outlet is so important. And what does that mean? That could mean you going to the library, sitting by yourself, reading a good book. That could mean you going out, treating yourself out to your favorite restaurant. You can get it to go if you don't want to sit in there. Because I don't really like to dine alone unless I'm getting like coffee or something. Or something light. I just like to eat at home when I get meals, because that way I can watch TV. I can have like a movie night with myself if I'm by myself. But like definitely date yourself. Go to your favorite restaurant, get that food. Or sometimes like if you have a lot of people at your house, you might just want to eat at the restaurant and chill out and take a breather and don't have to pay for anybody to come with you, you know? So that's really going to help you in maintaining your level up, being able to do things with yourself. Go out and buy that cute blouse that you wanted. You know, don't don't use all your money that you have, but like budget where you can do nice things for yourself and you're not always like, oh my God, that costs too much. No, sweetheart, do it for yourself. That's what savings comes into play. When you save, you're prepared for when you need that little pick me up. You need to go get a lipstick color. That's going to make you feel better today. You need that Sephora trip. You know, don't go crazy, but get a few things that you really enjoy and that will make you feel better about yourself. Let's get on to the next healthy outlet. Creating the life you want. I think that's the best piece of broccoli ever, is creating the life that you desire and that you want. Like you looking at all of these level up videos and like telling yourself, oh, I want what she has, this and that and that. No. Stop comparing yourself to other people and really get at the root of what you want. Do I want a simple life? Do I want to just be able to not work or just work when I want to? Do I want to be able to be like, hey, I'm taking today off. I'm just going to play with my dog. Do I want to be able to do that? If you do, then you need to create that life that you desire and maintain it. How will I maintain it? The first piece of information I gave you guys about maintaining your level up is savings. That high yield savings account, you getting a credit card and you getting an emergency plan in order will stop the stress out of your life and help you create that stress-free or low-stress life you want. For me, the life that I desired was a life where I wasn't mandated to work a 9 to 5. I received a lot of hate from a lot of women just based off me taking care of myself, presenting well, being an educated, classy exotical. I received a lot of hate and I was like, I don't want to be in those stressful workplaces where these women are targeting me because I'm feminine, fit, and friendly. And the men are showing me attention. I didn't want to be in those type of work environments. So I had started to literally figure out ways that I could work from home, make money from home, and literally live my life in a way that reduces stress and being around people that literally their life sucks and they're trying to perpetuate that on me because they're crabs in the bucket. And that could be anybody that could be a man or a woman or anybody that is just not leveled up and is not living in their truth. So there's not a particular face to it, but it's definitely a particular vibe and character to it. So ladies, live the life you desire. It's so important that you literally be yourself and literally give yourself grace that, hey, you may not want to have a stressful career. Hey, you might want to have a career, but you give yourself options. So at any time you could be like, I'm done with this. I'm starting a new chapter. And don't be afraid to step out of the box. Like sometimes you live in an environment where a lot of the women around you, even your mother and sisters, may be very masculine. They may be Barbara the Builders. They may be just toxic in general. They just very masculine. They're very male centered, and they may be trying to push that onto you. And as a leveled up woman and maintaining your level up, you have to literally put boundaries for family as well and let them know. Just put boundaries in place so you can protect yourself against that. You may not have a role model. You may have to go out and find your own role models that are fit, feminine, and friendly. And that's okay. And that's necessary to maintain your level up. Everybody's not going to be happy for you that you're living a stress-free life or a very low stress life. I've had people say, oh, so what do you do all day? I mind my business and I carry on and I do things to maintain my wealth. but I don't have to explain to you what I'm doing. And sometimes, like, literally, I'll tell people I'm at work. I may not be at work. I will tell people that I know that are masculinas that I'm at work. So they don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm at work, can't talk. But that literally gives me a protection. Don't tell them all your business, because that gives you a protection. Like, I'm inaccessible at this time, these certain times. That way you can rest. You can go get that facial that you need. You can go exercise when you need to. And you're not mandated. They're not like on you. So if you have to tell them, hey, I have a job, or make up something, do that if that works. Or if you just have to just like literally not tell them, do that, but do what works for you and what you desire. One of the best pieces of advice I ever received was by Shira Seven. She said, "Don't take advice from women that you don't want their life. Don't take their advice." That was so true. I had a lot of women around me telling me to be a career woman. I never wanted to be in a high stress corporate environment. I don't have a high tolerance for stress. So I knew that wasn't for me, but they would be like, oh, apply for this, apply for that. After all of this, I was so drained. I'm so glad at the time when I was getting all this horrible advice, I saw Shira Seven say that. And then I had a supportive fiance at the time that told me, hey, just quit. It's not even worth your mental peace. But you have to find the life that you desire and go for it with all your efforts. Like, go for it like your life depends on it. And I'm glad I did go after the life I wanted with all my efforts and all my force and desire. And I went after the life I wanted, because soon after, like, I got married, COVID happened, like, you never know what's right around the corner. And like, if I was still listening to other people, I probably would not have been married. I probably would be in like financial struggles, because like the jobs I were getting were not they weren't making that much money. And then like all of my entrepreneurial things were coming out of my pocket, and I really couldn't even afford it like that. So like, I really needed to like focus on what I really wanted in life, and I got what I wanted. And like, you can still have your business and you can still do things, but ladies, go after the life you desire. This is the chicken, rice, and broccoli. Is keeping it simple, silly, because you don't need to do anything that you don't want to do. And getting the life you want and desire is the most important thing you can do as a young lady, because you know what you want. And those women that are giving you advice, you don't want that life. Do you want to be a baby mama? Probably not. Do you want to have to get that $200 child support check from a guy that barely pays it? Probably not. Do you want to be sitting in court for 2 years waiting to get that $200 check? Probably not. Do you want to be in that stressful job career where they do not value you and like you're very replaceable, and they make you have a heart attack or a stroke because they stress you out so much? I've known women that have actually had a heart attack and stroke because those jobs stressed them out so much, and they didn't have a strong provider behind them. And you know what happened after they had that? After they were in the hospital, their job went up. They reposted the job. These companies don't care about you. You have to care about yourself as an exotical. You can't let them work you to death. I've seen women that have been worked to death. They're handicapped now. A lot of them have a lot of issues. But don't let these jobs work you to death, ladies. Your beauty is your currency. And I know a lot of people, oh, that's not right. We're more than that. Of course, as young ladies, we're way more than just our looks. But maintaining your looks gives you a certain status in society, and people know that. So don't let people be intellectually dishonest with you. Keep your chicken, rice, and broccoli in orders, ladies, and you'll be able to maintain your level up always and forever. So this is just another life lesson, exoticals. Keep that chicken, rice, and broccoli together, and you'll have so much enjoyment from life. When I think about myself just a couple years ago, I really am proud of myself now that I stuck to what I really wanted. I didn't compromise. I didn't let other women that are masculinas get in my ear, that are feminists get in my ear and spew all of this, their rhetoric that they believe, and I went with what I believed and what I wanted for my life. I knew I wasn't going to make it longer working these jobs because I'm just not built for it. I'm built to be a lady. I'm built to be feminine. I'm built to be a lady of leisure. And that's what I am. And if you're on the same path and you're like, hey, this is not for me, I need to be somewhere where I feel safe. I need to be somewhere where I feel stable, provided for, and I have healthy outlets. Keep your chicken, rice, and broccoli, ladies, and have a great day. This is just another Exotical rant. Bye, ladies.